got Mercedes. I got a really nice car. I'm so fucked up. Forgive me, God. Why did you make me like this?
What's up, guys? I'm Brendan Schaub, co-hosting Hotboxing with Mike Tyson.
And I'm Mike Tyson, and we have such an illustrious guest today, Francis Ngannou. Talk to us, champ. The new UFC heavyweight champion of the entire world. What's that, 7 billion people? What's the world's population? 7, 8 billion people? 7 to 8 billion people you could beat in a fair fight. The children, the babies, the girls.
Baddest man on the planet.
Yeah.
Straight up baddest man on the planet.
So Ed points out accurately how Mike Tyson says his last name. It's not Mike Tyson, it's Mike Tyson. And I love Mike Tyson. I love post heavyweight champ, elder statesman, if you would, Mike Tyson. I like this version that we're getting right now. Ed20, shout out to you, my man. Welcome back to the stream. You're the first one for 2 days in a row. Don't think I forgot it. I believe you were the first person in here yesterday as well. Shout out to Ed for doing that. I do need to give a heads up to everybody, and I'll keep saying it and because I'm just right now having a good time with Ed. But this stream might be a little bit shorter. I got to wake up super early tomorrow and have fun meeting with people in a different country over Zoom. So we're going to get it in. Let's see here. Where are we at? I want to do a warm-up first. We still have 30 minutes left. I didn't pay attention to the divisions that were available, unfortunately for me, because I do not like fighting. Ed20 says, what did I make? What up, Proto? My man, welcome back, Proto. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to your dreams. Welcome to your team. We are 178th in the world, in the universe, excuse me. And we are 66th in North America. Let's see if we can keep things going. I want to get a warm up. Proto says, I'm really not liking this game. I keep losing to spammers 2 days in a row. It's just not fun. And Proto, the more time goes on, I feel like I'm a positive person. I try not to see the negative in people and things and stuff like that first. Proto says, if I was losing to a technical and fair player, then I wouldn't mind. But it's just spammers. Yeah, I'm starting to feel the same way. I know it's me sometimes. I know I have off days, but man, I've taken losses where I'm getting choked out in this rear naked choke, the standing guillotine. These things are very. It almost feels like it's taking. What up, all a bunch of blah blah blah. And Ed20, I did not forget about your question. I definitely want to talk about Jorge Masvidal, but really quick, Proto. And I do need a warm up. I don't know if anybody wants to warm up. All about your blah blah blah. Proto. Anybody wants to warm up? Ed. I don't know if Ed would like to be a warm up partner for this today's stream. Proto. Add me on my PSN. I'll give you a game tomorrow. Okay, Ed, we see it. We got Brock Lesnar's cousin, Coach Donato, and co-coach Susie in the building, a.k.a. God Mode Susie. Shout out, Free World. All about your blah, blah, blah says he is cooking something good in the kitchen. But Proto, to what you're saying, yeah, it's really frustrating playing this game. It makes you feel like it's taking the control out of your hands. Like, you're doing what you need to do. You're playing technically sound. And yeah, Ed20, shout out to you for bringing that up. I hope you guys are all well too. I am well, Ed20. I need to start asking that more. How are you guys doing? I hope you're well too. That's very important. First and foremost, that we are well. And Proto, I think that's just the nature of the game. I'm very curious to tie a bow on this. I'm very curious to see what EA is going to do for patch 10. You know, I'm greedy. I want a next-gen patch. I want them to address huge issues, and I want them to address it and update the game. Let's get a Gen 5 UFC game. Every generation we've had a new mixed martial arts game. This is the only one where we haven't. Proto says he's well, but back to Ed's question. I thought today's interview with Jorge Masvidal was absolute. Oh wow, it was interesting because I'll tell you the truth. I was a huge Jorge Masvidal fan. I became like a fan of his a little bit after the Darren Till knockout, and then the Ben Askren thing happened. But there's something he's changing, or maybe I am. Real quick, all about your blah, blah, blah says, the new patch will be shit just like all the others. The game is moderately better than it was on release, I think is what you're saying. So, I guess that's where my optimism... Woo! I guess that's where my optimism comes in. It's a wrap. I give a small wrap for the unranked fights. Let me get back to the channel here. I do think it's pretty... I think the difference is significant. I think that it's way better than it was upon release. I'll be honest with that aspect. Il Divino Vega! What is up, my man? Welcome back. Shout out to Il Divino Vega. Long time no see, my man. I do see you posting videos from work. Shout out, and honestly, you can rap. If anybody hasn't gone to Il Divino Vega's channel, check him out. He can rap. He's in the chat right now. Give him a shout out if you would. Ed20 says, Jorge Masvidal literally made an excuse. He said he wanted 10 weeks. He got 6 weeks. Colby gets to him. Colby gets to him. You can clearly see it. All about your blah, blah, blah says, I literally cannot care about Masvidal anymore. I think he deserves this title shot at all. I don't think. Yeah. I agree with both you and Ed. I do not like the excuse-making thing that he's doing. And I don't know, Ed, if you noticed this. No problem, Il Divino. There's nothing to appreciate you. Thank you for saying you appreciate it, but I'm telling the truth. Shout out Rear Naked. Welcome, Rear Naked. How are you doing? We are doing well. I don't think, Proto, that Colby deserves it. Beating Tyrone Woodley does not make you deserve it. I think Colby versus Leon was the fight to make. Colby should have taken it. And that should have been advertised as a #1 Rear Naked. Rear Naked. That's at Rear Naked MMA on Twitter. Get your news, folks, from Rear Naked. But yeah, Jorge was it was a mess, dude. And I was saying, Ed, that he kind of embedded an excuse in today's interview, saying that he only had about a month. And it's crazy. It's crazy that he's doing it again. All about your blah, blah, blah says, let's be real. Jorge had a camp for Kamaru. Kamaru had no camp, for him. I agree with you all about your blah, blah, blah. I agree because Jorge knew that a title shot could be coming, but there was no way Usman could have predicted. Jorge had the title on his mind, so he knew he had to wrestle. He was, he knew what was coming, but Masvidal came out of nowhere. As far as Usman's perspective goes, Jorge talks as if Usman didn't just fight in February. Yeah, it's crazy. It's almost like Usman went into this WWE mode, because I was watching that interview and like, what is he talking about? I mean, he talked about the Gilbert Burns fight. Usman didn't do anything. Gilbert Burns, I think, starches him. I think Gilbert Burns starches him, like badly. I think Gilbert Burns would absolutely... I would put money on Gilbert Burns versus Jorge Masvidal. How does he get into a position of downplaying a victory that was as awesome as Usman's last fight? Ed says Jorge was wrestling with Bo Nicol and was in Dustin's camp. Dustin let the camp out of the bag. Cat out of the bag, yeah. Il Divino, how's it going, fellas? Awesome. Dana's given us the call to matchmake would be great promoters. Yeah, that's true. I think a lot of people, you know why a lot of people are confused with what's going on? I think a lot of this is, I'm going to stick with Rose, is that there's some stuff, I think there's negotiations going behind the scenes that we're not privy to. And Dana genuinely doesn't talk about these these negotiations. One thing, he has a lot of ruthless tactics, and he's kind of doesn't play fair with fighters a lot of the time. But one thing Dana White never does, he doesn't spill the beans on the money or the contractual like back and forth. He's real hesitant to say anything. And I think that, you know, Colby had some pushback. I think there's a lot of that going on. Proto said Colby deserved it because he was beating Usman in their fight and was obviously an early stoppage. I don't know. I think that fight was 2-2. I think that fight was 2-2 heading into the third round, and the way the fifth round was going, it would have taken a miracle for Colby to have overcome and gotten a victory. Adino says, work has had me busy, but I was glad to be able to catch y'all and the homie coach tonight. I'm very glad to have you here, my man. As I said to Coach Donato a little bit earlier, I got to wake up super early tomorrow. And so I might, I was planning on doing a little bit longer stream, but I'm going to maybe cut the stream a little bit short. I don't know 100% for sure. I do want to spar with somebody after the stream as well. We'll try to get as many fights in as we can. But yeah, today I love, and I saw in the comments of that Jorge interview, everybody's making fun of like the jail that Ariel Helwani's in. I kind of like it. I'm kind of okay with it, man. Okay. Here we go. I'll be right there to see your comments. I just want to make sure I'm in a good position. Make sure I'm paying attention to this. Need to be able to switch it up. She wants to jab. She wants to clinch me up quite a bit. Man. Jeez. Okay. I'm going to try to warm up her body, too. Oh! I went a little crazy. You saw that. I just kept swinging because I thought she was going to try to block that. All Bunch of Blah Blah says, isn't Colby the backup fight for Kamaru Usman? Usman versus Jorge. I think so. I actually think I saw that. All About Your Blah Blah Blah. Donato says he just wants to see Yanez. Man, that guy's got a lot of fans. It might be some time, Donato, because I think he broke his hand. I think Yanez broke his hand in that last fight, so might not see him until the fall, really. Depending on what kind of animal he actually is. Medichenko! What up, my man? Welcome back. That's 3 days in a row. Medichenko in the building. We're just talking about Jorge Masvidal and the interview that we all saw today. It was just kind of crazy watching Jorge make this turn in his career. Oh, I'm getting kneed. So frustrating. Man. Jeez, this is crazy. My God. That I don't know if anybody can see this. This is crazy. It is good. We are off of work. We are chilling. So glad to have you guys here. Okay, so let's see. So Colby is the unofficial backup. Okay, yeah, I thought it was official, and I don't know why I thought that, but that's good to know from Rear Naked MMA. Ed says Colby says he wants to be not official. Oh, okay. I'd like to see it. See Jorge's face if Usman pulls out. Wonder what the excuse he'll give. Yeah, no, I agree. I don't know how many people have already said this, but yeah, Colby destroys Usman or Masvidal. I think Masvidal knows it. And oh, that's another thing. During this interview, Masvidal's talking about how it's on site and all of this stuff, and you know how it's for real. If he sees him in the street, he's going to catch a charge and all this. Not WWE, you know, not to disrespect wrestling. It's just it's scripted, not scripted, but it's not real. Because we just saw a couple years ago, after this coaching incident that Masvidal described, where Colby didn't pay Masvidal's coach and set off this beef. That happened, you know, before they were sitting next to each other in an arena watching a fight. Nothing happened. Yeah, Proto says it's all fake talk. Yeah, it's crazy how fake it is. Yeah, El Davina says big facts. It's crazy, man. It's kind of frustrating to watch that. JMMA on time today. JMMA, whenever you show up, that is on time. So you set that time. So you are on time. This is a spammer that Proto was talking about disliking. This is definitely someone that's into... Oh. Wow. Oh, God. Oh. Man. Elbow and knee spam is by far the worst. It's I don't know, man. She's not doing that elbow stuff, but it's really frustrating. You know what they could do is just like implement some sort of like balance system. Medichenko says, this is hard to watch, man. Sucks players choose to play this way. Thank you, Medichenko. See, and I'm not discrediting anybody. I mean, but it's nice to even see that a person that's more experienced than all of us, sees this and is like, yeah, this is crazy. Coach, you can't spell Vicked without Ed. Vict. Oh, sorry. No, you can't. You really cannot. Proto X says they should change the stamina so certain strikes take up more stamina. Yeah, that would be an interesting thing. I just think EA might not have the ability to get that granular with the like what strikes do what. So what I mean when I say granular, I mean like saying a right rear knee costs X stamina. I don't know if they can do that. It'd be interesting why they wouldn't change the system if they could. But yeah, what I mean by like a balance system is if in real life you throw 5 knees at somebody while they're moving, it's very difficult because, you know, to get that power off the ground, your foot's got to touch the ground every single time. And you have to throw that perfectly every time for a knee to the body to be effective. Maybe, you know, you do 5 of them in a row, it's less stable. You can be, you know, caught off balance. You could something like, Jesus. Oh, wow. Eldavina says, at least you got the highlight that round. Yeah. Well, the highlights are sometimes off, Eldavina. Believe it or not, sometimes the highlights are off. Doesn't always tell you who won. But yeah, it's a positive sign. Golly. Oh. I was gonna say, how did she do that? How would she have stopped that takedown? Donato says elbows are part of his inside pocket game, but not the whole game. Yeah. JMMA says, let's be honest, Jorge and Usman both ducked Colby. Usman says Colby isn't active, but Colby just fought not too long ago. I think Colby was active. I didn't hear Usman call Colby inactive. I think he said, show me something. But I could be wrong. Maybe he did in an interview I didn't see. The Usman interview I saw was with Ben, I always forget his name. But, yeah, in it he said, hey, show me something. And I agree with him that a win over Tyron Woodley should get nobody a title shot. Tyron Woodley's ranking at welterweight was incredibly stable considering the losses. Medichenko said they could do what Proto said, but they won't. Like I said before, they catered the game towards casuals. All that matters is returning players. Hold on 1 second. I want to read more of that. I want to read that, definitely. That's sure. They can do it, so that's interesting. I don't know why. I mean, I don't understand why returning players or casuals, when I hear that argument, why would they like this? It's harder to deal with, you would think, somebody that's playing this way than it is to deal with, legit strategies and tactics and... So let's see here. Both duck Colby. I do not think that Usman ducked Colby though. I think Jorge might be, if there's ducking going on, it might be Colby or Jorge, but not Usman. JMMA says he said show me some activity. Yeah, he did say show me activity. Okay, I thought he said show me something. Usman took the money fight, bro. Plus, he finished Colby. Usman's not ducking anyone. I agree with that. He did take the money fight, but he's not ducking Colby. Not Usman. Proto says there's been loads of clip of Usman just copying what Conor says, and it's so funny. I did see the panty night, the green panty night thing. It's almost as if Usman was in a... I haven't seen that clip, but there have been a couple of times I've seen him say stuff like Conor. It's almost like he's... Woo! It's a wrap! Golly, I'm glad that fight is over, my friends. Let's go! Let me stand up. Let's go! Woo! Ah, jeez, that is stress that's, just coming off my shoulders, rolling down my back, onto this couch. Get them spammers out of here, that's right. JMMA says Usman's logic didn't add up. He knows Colby is the only remotely competitive fight he had, and some people had it 3-1 Colby. Boom, there goes the dynamite. Yes, Usman isn't the most creative. No, he's not. From Usman's perspective, get the money fight first while Jorge stock's high, and then get Colby. Yeah, so that's the problem with what Ed just said about from Usman's perspective. He should take the Colby fight or the Masvidal fight first. Like, that's what I make your ears bleed when I say I want more meritocracy in the sport. It sounded so Asian. I don't know what that means. But I want more meritocracy. Like, it shouldn't be up to somebody to say, hey, I could make more money fighting this guy, so I will completely take the guy that lacks merit. And is so much, and by way of the fact, I mean, Usman, this fight against Masvidal it's so not competitive in my eyes. Of course, Masvidal can knock him out. But Usman has skills that Masvidal just can't deal with, that he should have a lot of difficulty dealing with. It shouldn't be up to Usman. There should be a system in place where Colby fights next, or whoever is the best fights next. Eventually those money fights will come up. I want the best fight in the best. So All About Your Blah Blah says, I have no interest in seeing Masvidal anywhere near title right now. And he does show off that BMF belt. Rear Naked says, poor guy, says he's trying way too hard to be liked. I didn't know that. Masvidal said that he's trying to be liked. I had no idea. I thought he said that he doesn't care and all that stuff. Ed says, he's talking to Rear Naked. I'm poking my head in your conversation, Ed. Says, yeah, it makes me cringe. I liked his interviews. He himself, when he's cringe, when he tries too hard, it doesn't work. Yeah. Coach Evians, why do you think Masvidal versus Usman is not going to be competitive? Okay, so very good question, Medichenko. So there are a couple factors, and I don't know. So, the operative word here is think. I know that I have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't know these people personally. I definitely know. It's like I'm on my couch saying this, but this is my logic. In the first fight, Usman came in injured. I mean, I think they said the nose, but he also had something wrong with his knees, and I believe he still does. He has something wrong with his knees, but whatever's gone on, he's clearly, after that fight, that Masvidal fight, he had time off and he addressed, I think, that whatever injury is bothering him. Here's the evidence of that. After the Masvidal fight, Usman, who says that he sometimes walks backwards down the stairs, was gingerly walking and walked very slowly backwards down the stairs. And he had that broken nose. He was off in that fight. He didn't look like himself. Masvidal, on the other hand, needs a puncher's chance to win a fight. We've never seen Masvidal, I can't remember him grappling somebody or out wrestling or doing, there is no area in which Masvidal is better except for striking, except for boxing specifically, and maybe kickboxing. There's no area. And when I look at that and you say, what are the odds that Masvidal is going to land one on a guy that is so prepared? And I look at Usman's past opponents, and who of those past opponents do I think would beat Usman? There are many. And I just don't think, I think those are the reasons that I'll stop being so long-winded, but I think that's the reason why I think Usman can win. Essentially, he has more skills in the toolbox, and he has a proven record of beating men that are better than Jorge Masvidal. Let me get back to the comments, because I just started preaching there. Jorge says Ben disrespects MMA because he doesn't mix it up, yet Jorge doesn't wrestle or grapple. I don't get it. Once again, Ed, I think that was more of the entertainment side of that interview. Proto says it's 2 a.m. in the UK right now. Thank you for being up. Shout out to Proto for being a soldier, my man. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate everybody being here. So, and let's get in the comments, the important stuff here. So he says both Eddie and DJ have tough fights. Yeah, JMMA. When is that fight? Actually, I need to find that. Eddie and specifically Demetrius Johnson is not getting easy work at all. This is going to be a fight. Don't miss it. 1FC. Let's find out when 1FC is on. Let's see. 1FC card. Medichenko says, interesting. I didn't know Usman had something wrong with his knees in that fight, but Usman came in on short notice and went 5 rounds. I didn't know Usman had something wrong with his knees, but he came in short notice and went 5 rounds with Usman. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. It might be. For Jorge, yeah. I understood what you meant, Medichenko. I can see DJ losing, honestly. He's in my top 3. I do, too. I only saw the highlight. I learned a little bit about this other guy. I'm just going to wait 20 seconds. I learned a little bit about the guy DJ's fighting, and I can see DJ, this is going to be a tough fight. DJ's already had tough fights in 1FC. But Medichenko, that point you brought up is valid. But Jorge was preparing for a fight. It wasn't a Chad Mendez versus Conor McGregor situation where Chad rolled off the couch literally with 2 weeks notice and fought Conor McGregor and did very well. Gave Conor his toughest fight off the couch 2 weeks. I don't think that was the same situation where that DJ or that not DJ that Masvidal and a lot of people have painted, but I do give him credit because he wasn't preparing for an Usman 5-round championship fight. Preparing for 5 rounds is totally different based on what I hear fighters saying. Not that I've ever prepared for a 5-round fight. And yes, to your point, he didn't get to do that, but we heard him say something similar today. He said it in his interview. He's feathering the nest a little bit for a loss, saying, well, I had a month to prepare for this fight. It's like, wait a second, what? All About Your Blah, Blah, Blah says, he's out. Peace out, y'all. I'm asleep. See you later, All About Your Blah, Blah, Blah. Thanks for being here, my man. It's a sleepy night in All About Your Blah, Blah, Blah world. But yeah, I think it's kind of crazy that we're all the fact that we are talking about it right now. I'm watching it. No matter what I say about how undeserving somebody is or whatever the case may be, I'm watching it. And I think most of the people that are saying that they're, not happy with Jorge getting this fight, they're watching it too. JMMA says Conor fought with basically no ACL in that Chad fight, so Chad's excuse kind of loses validity. Fair enough, and that's very true. Conor had ACL issues in that fight, and so yeah, they both came in with it. Oh wow, who is this? Goat. This is Goat again. Madachenko says ultimately I think Usman will win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Masvidal gets a finish. Yeah, okay, so I would be surprised, but it wouldn't be shocking if Masvidal got the KO. Madachenko, perfect timing. Here we go, guys. Another fight with Goat. This is another fight with Goat. I want to do better this time. I wasn't prepared for this, but why wouldn't? Oh, God. Okay. You know what I did wrong yesterday. I know. Proto says I was so close last time. Yeah. Thank you, Proto, for the vote of confidence. Okay, I gotta get back in the center. Oh, God. Go ahead, a long stream earlier and was fed up with the game. He said that he wouldn't be on for at least 2 days. What a liar. Yeah. Oh, I appreciate you, Rear Naked. I saw, Rear Naked, or I saw Goat actually. Oh, no, it was Crooks209 said he was never fighting competitively again. Thank you, Il Divino. Thank you for the positivity, guys. Says I can do this. No way! How? Wow. That's super impressive. Oh, God. Oh. Renee says, yeah, the enjoyment levels of the game have gone down drastically. Yeah, I'm seeing it more and more all over the place. Medichenko doesn't play. There's a lot of people. I've heard Crook say that he's done playing competitively because the game's so broken. You guys said that you heard Medichenko said that GOAT himself, this guy is the top, one of the 3 best players in the world, saying he's done playing for a couple of days. It's in a bad place, and maybe what somebody had alluded to before, that it's not patchable. You can't fix this because the system itself is just broken fundamentally. So that could be the case. But I'm staying, I'm keeping hope alive that EA will do what's right. Maybe, just improve the quality of life. To Medichenko's point that they try to make this game, they try to steer it towards casuals. I just don't understand that logic, because this is much harder to deal with. Proto says, UFC had spammers, but there's always a way to deal with spammers. In this game, it feels like there's no way. Yeah, sometimes it just feels like it's your destiny. Ed says, people on Twitter saying if Jorge won, that's a bigger upset than Sarah GSP. Oh, come on. Yeah, and they forgot about Bisping versus Luke Rockhold. Yeah, no. It's not that crazy. Medichenko says the game is fundamentally broken. Exactly. Yeah, that's the case. I mean, and it's just crazy that, think about this, guys. We are 10 years into this series. It's been a decade of UFC games, almost a decade of them making these games, and this really isn't that far off from where the game started. It really isn't. Like, would you think this was if a game came out every 2 years? It's not even an annual release system. I mean, a game comes out every 2 years, and in this game's case, longer, and this is as far as we've gotten. The cuts are, like, exactly the same. The animations are pretty much, a lot of the base core animations are here. It says, EA is rubbish. Trust me, I play FIFA every year, same crap. UFC 4 is the worst one officially now. Wow. I don't know if anybody was a fight... Oh, please! Oh, thank you. I don't know if anybody was a Fight Night fan or is old enough to remember... Oh, crap. Fight Night 2000. But that was... EA stopped Knockout Kings and came out with Fight Night. I think it was the first Fight Night or the last Knockout Kings. It was just EA's most disgusting sports combat game, and I think this, in people's perspective, might be second to that. Donato says, so my entire entry in the UFC series, my entry into the entire UFC series happens to be the worst one ever. I don't think it's the worst one ever in every way. I like some aspects of it. I do like some aspects of the game. Jay's laughing. Fight Night Champions, El Divino says Fight Night was his game, but Knockout Kings is where it's at. Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like Knockout Kings was it felt a little bit more serious than the first. Actually, no. I take that back. I take it back. The first time I saw Fight Night, it was at a Funko Land or a GameStop, and it was on Dreamcast, and it looked real to me. It looked real to me, damn it. Proto says, I want to be born for Fight Night 2000. You weren't. Medichenko says, yeah, UFC 3. I want to be born. He says, Medichenko says, yeah, UFC 3 had hard begging, but the fundamentals were there, and with patches they cleaned it up. No patch will fix UFC 4 because the core meta mechanics are way too broken. Yikes, that's scary. And you guys that are, the best at this game and you played it hardcore, I mean, I believe that. I understand, because this does feel different. This game definitely feels different. At Rear Naked MMA says, it's just not enjoyable anymore. It is. Every fight is a grind. So I think it is enjoyable to an extent. I've had some really fun fights with. I think I have a lot of fun unranked fights when you get to play with guys that you normally don't, and you kind of just let it loose and have fun. You can really have fun doing that. I think it's harder to have fun in a ranked fight. That's for sure. Man, I messed up. Remember, Goat's starting to pour it on now. Man. Jeez. Okay, so saw Proto's comment. Proto, I see your comment. I'll get right to you. But right now, Goat is having his way with me. Doing with my body what he will. JMMA says this whole summer is going to be all freak about uploading content on ESBC. Yeah, man. When that game comes out, this channel is going from UFC to purely ESBC boxing. Unless it's awful, that's what I'll be doing is boxing. I love the UFC. Matachenko says competitive play is not fun at all, especially when money is involved. Quick fight with high-level players clean is okay, but even then, it's just not as enjoyable as UFC 3, I think you meant, Matachenko. But yeah, no, it's crazy. But wait a second, how much money have you played for, and how much money have you won in a UFC tournament? How much did you pay to get? How much money did you pay to get in? Proto says, having coffee to keep me up in time for the rest of the stream and the one event. So the one event's going down. I'm watching that tonight. I didn't even realize one was on tonight. I'm excited. And thank you, Proto, for staying up. I'm lucky one's on. So get Proto on coffee, hopped up on that caffeine. Woo! What time does one start UK time? Let me see here. So one starts at 5:30. Is it on right now? Is it? It should be on right now, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Ed says, don't quote me. Renee says, I'm torn whether to stay up for it. It's already 2 a.m. here. Yeah, you guys do. Donato says, what is one? One is a mixed martial arts organization that is based out of Asia. I don't know which country, but they have excellent fights, my man. And they're putting on fights tonight. Demetrius Johnson, who you're seeing on the screen right now, Proto says the prelims are on right now. So Demetrius Johnson might be the greatest fighter of all time. It's arguable. He's now fighting for one championship. He has a really tough fight for the featherweight belt. JMMA says it's a corrupt organization. I don't know why. But Metachenko, I don't know if you answered that or not, but I definitely want to know how much money you've played for and won. That is very interesting and almost scary. Well, competitive scene for UFC games is quite new, but in UFC 3, I won $2,000 altogether. Wow. I'll be right there. I'll read the rest of that comment, Matachenko. Woo! JMA says it's a Yakuza front, just like Pride. I don't know. I don't know anything about the Yakuza in Japan and what they run and what they don't. Man. Man. Jay says I'm on VPN now. I don't want Yakuza to pull up on me. I gotta see this conversation. Renee says, yeah, I definitely won't stay up for 1FC. Donato says, yeah, it's definitely a Yakuza front, just like Pride. Rear Naked says, definitely Yakuza. Send in Frank Dukes. Don't slander the Yakuza in the chat. They may come after us. JMA says, Yakuza has more influence in the government over there. You could argue that they are the government, a form of government over there. Or a co-government. Sounds like cartel down in Mexico. Yeah, exactly. El Divino. That's actually a very accurate analogy. It's very similar to the cartels you find in Mexico. They operate differently, but they do. And shout out to Yakuza. I have no problem. If you are listening to this, don't come after me or my family. Shout out to everybody on the planet. Donato says, I'm gonna bite my political tongue. We don't want that smoke, Yakuza. Renee says, shout out to Yakuza. Yeah, I threw a shout out there just so they, I don't want to get caught in some beef that I had nothing to do with. And of course I kid. I really don't know much about Yakuza, So, except for cutting off the hands part, Yakuza do not play. Yeah, I'm not down with the cutting off the hands. Oh shoot, yeah, that's right. My bad, Ed. Thank you. There's a fight to be won. I've certain amount of stamina here. Oh no. Oh no. I shouldn't do that. I have to... Oh! Oh! Wow. Some sand. I got some sand for you. Okay. Oh! Oh no! Oh! I feel like I did worse in that Slip hook. Yeah, I need to do all that. Thank you, guys. I need to work on that. I'm going to actually practice offline, or when I spar, just doing my slip straight, slip hook. I need to get better, man. This is frustrating. JMMA says, MMA, I actually like that film. Damn it. Thought I could have maybe gotten a bad decision. No. He says, Amanda Schenker says, no slip hook. Why do you say no slip hook? Renee says, they won't get Vicked, but I'd get a controversial late finish. Oh. Okay, so let's see the scorecard. This guy is a monster out here in these streets. I lost 9 or 11 points to that fight. It's a lot of points to lose to a guy that's that highly ranked. JMA says slip hook is very OP. Oh, I know what you're talking about. That slip hook, I know what you're talking about. I don't use it, and I'll tell you why. I intentionally am not trying to figure that out because in the back of my mind, I'm thinking they could patch it out. And I feel like anybody that's just relies on that, if that gets embedded into my muscle memory, I'll just be screwed. Because it's like, why wouldn't you patch that? Medichenko says the slip hook is so broken in this game. Yeah, I agree. It's ridiculous. It's insane. Rear Naked says, man, I hate the slips. Can't do them to save my life. I can like slip. I feel comfortable with the head movement, but I don't even want to learn how that automatic slip hook works. But yeah, he really put it on me, man. I did what I could, but I feel like I did worse in that fight than I did in the one he knocked me out in. Get your timing down on the slip. Medichenko says, the slip hook, get your timing down on the slip straight. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on that. I just don't have confidence because you get knocked out when I'm slipping. I feel like guys read that, and it just, it's a combo, it's a flurry, and you get caught, and it's just a wrap sometimes. But let's go. Let's put in some more work here. I know I said we was going to cut off early, but I can't leave on a loss like that. Let's see what else is going on. There's something else that happened today. Oh, by the way, if anybody hasn't had an opportunity to check out the Mike Tyson hotboxing featuring Francis Ngannou, co-hosted by Brendan Schaub, check it out. It's really very interesting. You should do yourself a favor. Check that out. It's a fun interview. Sometimes Francis interviews can be kind of boring, and other times, they're just mediocre. But this one, I feel like having Mike Tyson around him made him a little bit more excited than normal. Ed says, I would watch, but Brendan Schaub's a yes man. So uninspiring to watch him sometimes. Yeah, he is hard sometimes to watch him. Medichenko says, well, don't do it randomly. Don't do it randomly. Don't do the slip straight, Medichenko's talking about randomly. If you see your opponent starting his combinations always with a straight punch, you should make that read. It's just the timing. That's a bit weird to get used to. Okay, I appreciate that, man. And that's going to require practice, and I have to stop moving. First and foremost, I got to get comfortable, reading that pattern, seeing it, and being willing to commit to a slip straight and saying, this guy's throwing that straight where I should be able to do that. Flacco, number 5. He and I are 2-0. He's never beaten me, I suppose. He's got a pretty high ranking. Schwab ruins everything for me. Yeah, Brandon Schaub is hard to watch sometimes, and I really didn't have any issue with him until the Conor McGregor versus Mayweather build up. I really was like, dude, this guy is pretending to be an analyst and giving people bad information about what boxing is, and hyping up the fact that Conor McGregor is going to win this fight and all this nonsense. And I know it's just it's all the part of the sport, but it's just hard to watch. And the way Donato says, I have to get better flat-footed so my combos are quicker. Yeah, so do I, man. This will probably be the last fight of the stream for today. Like I said, got to cut it a little bit short. Got to wake up early. On that note, how can we get... on that note, how low can we get now getting Paul versus Mayweather? Yeah, man, that's the way things are going for boxing. And frankly, that's the biggest fight. That's the biggest numbers fight, believe it or not, in boxing will be Logan versus Mayweather. And it's insanity. It's absolutely insanity. It makes sense for Mayweather. It makes all the sense in the world for Mayweather to beat up, you know, a reality or whatever, a YouTube star. And make a lot of money doing it, but man, it is bad. I think it's weird for the sport of boxing. I like watching sports that I see, and it's like, you know, the guys I'm watching aren't anywhere near my level. And I'm not saying I'm a boxer, but I don't feel like Jake Paul is, you know, so far removed from me that I need to pay for him to watch him fight. You know. Ah. Okay. This is a tough fight. Snapping out that switch kick, it's so hard for me to deal with. Ah. Pro says that's the crazy thing is a 16-year-old me could put up a better fight than Nate Robinson or Gibb did. Absolutely, you're training as a fighter, man. Denal says MMA is an expensive sport to follow. It is. You know, it's insane. We were talking about that before. Think about it. You're paying $5 a month for your ESPN Plus access, and you're paying $60 a month per pay-per-view. There are sometimes 2 pay-per-views in a month. You know what I'm saying? So you're already at $60 a pop, $65 with tax. You're at $135 right there. What other sport? Why would I pay this much to watch these sports? I mean, and then it's always wrong to steal, but you know you can't blame. You're creating almost a black market for, you know, illegally streaming your sport when you do it. That's crazy. I mean, but it's modeled off of the boxing. You know, MMA is modeled off of boxing and professional wrestling. They really are. Taj Tennis says I watch it for free online since 2016. There you go. I don't know how it feels to pay for an event. Yeah, Proto says we have it lucky in the UK. Yeah, you guys might not get the good events, but you get it for free, right? Or cheaply. Yes. I didn't even mean to do that. That was a fake that just kept going. If you have BT Sport, it's like £25 a month. Or euro a month. Oh, it's pounds in the UK. Let's get that W, Coach. I'm trying to go out on a W, El Divino. I've had a couple of good days of fights. Oh, I thought I blocked that, my guy. Come on. What is going on? I blocked. I'm going to stop whining in your guys' ear. I'm sure that's not fun. Renega says, I've never paid for an actual event or box office. Wow. I have. I definitely have. But yeah, I think we're still in the old days. Renega says, pay-per-views included, but box office you have to pay on BT Sport. Okay. Donato says, can someone explain cap, no cap? Capping means that you're lying. Like, are you telling me, are you BSing me? That's all that is. And you say no cap, it's like, no, I'm not lying. Yeah, it's like, I'm telling you the truth right now. I'll tell you the truth, Donato, you're not alone in that. I was, a couple of years ago, the first time I heard cap, I was working with this girl and she said, no cap. I was like, what? What did you say? And she's like, you don't know what cap means? She's like, what are you doing? Because she sees, like, I would be on Instagram. I don't know how I missed it, but Hadachenko, cap equals lying. No cap equals no lie. Yeah. And I was like, what? She's like, you've never heard anybody say no cap? Because I heard, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. But yeah, no cap. And now it sounds completely normal. It sounded weird to me, and now I don't even blink when I hear it. I mean, cap hasn't been around for that long. We capped on people when I was younger, but that didn't mean teasing. But that meant teasing them. Oh, okay. I never even heard of that. I didn't know capping meant teasing at any point. Pro says, yeah, I don't know where no cap started. Renega said he thought no cap meant unlimited or limitless. That makes sense. It says if a girl is talking cap, no cap, she's getting kicked out the crib. Hey, Ed, it's spreading. I'm telling you. It just, that type of vernacular works its way into everyday language. You will eventually hear news reporters potentially saying cap, no cap. Back in the day, saying 24/7 was a slang. Now it's used in business. They say it, you know, everybody says 24/7. That used to be a slang. There's so many words that it was like unprofessional to use that. Oh. Let me pay attention to this guy. Oh, God. Ed says when a chick talks like that, it makes her... What if that's where she's from? What if that's just how she is, you know? Some people, they don't even know. It's just how, you know, it's their environment. Madacheko says, welcome to the 24/7 no cap off license. That's right. I think I'm too old to be saying cap, but it's normal to me. I'm not going to join you young bucks in capping and no capping. Oh, no. Donato says, well, I'm old. Wow, I'm old. Dude, Donato, you want to stop saying that. You're not old yet, man. You're going to look back in 20 years and be like, golly, I was young thinking I'm old. Donato says, I'm rotary phones and typewriters. It's been a while. I haven't seen a typewriter in a long time. But those were around when I was a kid. Woo! So I won the second round. I don't know who's winning this fight. Low key, first time I heard it, I took it as a threat because capping at my time was tough. That capping, I know. I know that. I know what. That's what I think. That's the only other capping I know is shooting a gun. So Ed Sweaty says, I'm so old I remember rolling up the windows in the car playing movies on VHS. Yes. Danelle says, I remember AOL, boys. Hey, I remember AOL. AOL chat was where I started on the internet as a child. In fact, my wife and I mostly talked through AOL chat when we were kids. We would talk until we fell asleep in front of the computer on AOL chat. AOL Online or whatever it was. You get the little CDs in the grocery store. That's some old school stuff. Now that makes me feel old. You get your CD in the grocery store and you take it to your hard drive or your CD-ROM. Ed 20 said, didn't you have dial-up internet? Yes. I did. I absolutely had dial-up internet, Coach. I am well versed with the noise of connecting. I don't think I came in at the end of the dial-up era, so I had 56K, which was the fastest dial-up speed you can get. 56 kilobytes per second. Roll up the windows. Roll-up windows are better. There aren't $80 motors that run out. Yeah, Coach Donato, I got to disagree with you. Rare time I'm going to disagree with you. I'm going to take my roll-down windows. I've had the motors blow out. It's not a big deal to replace. I'll pay the $80 every 10 years or so. Yeah, Donato, exactly. It sounded like a fax machine. But I didn't have dial-up for long. I went, got DSL, which, if you didn't know, DSL was like, going from 56K to DSL was the biggest jump in internet speeds I've ever experienced in my life. Even going from, I don't think the jump is as big, significant going from cable to fiber. Or DSL to fiber. Going from 56K to DSL made you feel like you were on God mode. And I was playing video game. Oh my God. You couldn't stop me when I got my DSL connection at first. And if you told me that you still have 56K and I got rid of the 56K last week, got my new DSL modem, oh, forget it. I can take calls and play video games now. Metachenko says, what's my speeds now? So last time I checked, which was a couple of days ago, I was 207 download and 11 gigs upload. So it's a little bit better now. Okay. Oh. This guy is a warrior. So, El Divino Vega says, my first online gaming experience was Civ on PC, and on console was Scum on PS2. That is awesome. I haven't heard of either of those, but those first online, mine was on Xbox, and it was Wolfenstein. It was Wolfenstein on Xbox, and it was the first time that I played competitively online against somebody. It was SOCOM. Oh, that's right. SOCOM is what it is. SOCOM was awesome. I remember being jealous of Il Divino. I remember being jealous of PlayStation 2 players because everybody was playing SOCOM. Yeah, Donato says SOCOM was sick. There's nothing like that on Xbox. Nothing. Not even close. El Divino Vega's first console was PS2, Sonic Heroes' first game. Or Ed, that was his first console, was a PS2. Wow. Jeez Louise. Young man. My first console was a Nintendo, 8-bit Nintendo. My first game was Zelda 64. Or Zelda, excuse me. It's a gold cartridge. Do you understand when my parents bought me that game? They instantly created a gaming addiction. They had me unwrap a golden video game. I still remember seeing it right now. I can see it clear as day. I was an addict right away. My dad was probably like, good, shut this kid up. Donato says Sega here. Yeah, Sega was awesome. I like Sega way better than Super Nintendo. I'm one of those kids. Oh! Man, I can't stop his... Oh my goodness. Divino says, SOCOM was that game, but the first console I had myself was PS with Metal Gear and Tekken. Dude, Metal Gear Solid blew my mind. My friends had a Metal Gear Solid, and it blew my mind. It was such an amazing game. I beat that game and didn't even own a PS2. I borrowed it from my friend and played it. I loved that game so much. Metachenko says Tekken 3. I don't like Metachenko. I actually don't like two-dimensional fighting games at all. I don't like them. I'm not a big fan of them. But Tekken, I feel like, is an exception. Tekken feels really good to me. I love how it feels. I suck at it, but I love Tekken. And somebody else brought up Soul Calibur the other day. Soul Calibur was one of those great games as well. And of course, Virtual Fighter. Tekken is a 3D fighter. Okay, yeah, that's right. That's why I like it. Okay, thank you. That's why I like Virtual Fighter. That's why I like Soul Calibur. So what I said still stands. I do not like 2D fighters. You just hurt my feelings. Tekken and Soul Calibur is in the business. Yeah, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I actually mistakenly thought they were 2D fighters, but they are. They're 3-dimensional fighters. Oh my god, I lost a split decision to this guy. Oh, that's so frustrating. That would have been so many points. But I didn't lose that many again, because he was so highly ranked. In any case, my friends, this was a really frustrating stream. Let's see. Psycho Mantis and Metal Gear creep me out. Yeah, creep me out too, man. How he was able to read my memory card. Yeah, that is crazy how they did that. Street Fighter, yes. Mortal Kombat, those are 2D fighters. I'm not big fans of those. So we didn't fall that far in the stream, guys. We are 186 in the world. I will do better tomorrow. I feel good. I should have won that last fight. I should have put a little bit more on that guy. 68th in North America, so we really didn't fall far at all. I think I started the stream with 2,250 something points, or 260 something points, so we're good. I appreciate each and every one. Ed says, man, I wish they go sort out backwards compatibility. I'd love to bring back playing retro games. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either, but I wish they would just make all of the old PlayStation games online and let me play Fight Night Champion again on my PlayStation. But I'll drop it. I know you guys are rolling your eyes by now, but you guys, if you're listening right now and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't had a chance to go ahead and like that video. I appreciate you saying that. Good coach, good stream, coach. I appreciate you, Proto. Thanks for being here, El Divino. If you hadn't had an opportunity to subscribe. You know I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. And you know what's coming up next, because it's always coming up next. I will catch you on the flip side. Peace. I'm out.